AMD is sitting at the intersection of three big trends: AI data center racks, the exploding edge, devices that think locally, and programmable silicon, FPGAs/Xilinx, that can be reused across wildly different applications. Combine that with analyst models that expect roughly 30% annualized earnings growth over the next few years and a tidy market cap near $262.6 billion, and you've got a thesis that's part growth, part optionality, and part, wait, what did they just announce now? News flow. The FPGA angle. Why programmable chips can be very profitable. FPGAs, field programmable gate arrays, are the Swiss Army knives of silicon. You can program them to accelerate a huge variety of workloads, from network switching and compression to specialized AI inference kernels, without having to tape out a brand new chip for every use case. That reusability and customization command higher prices and, historically, very strong gross margins for FPGA businesses. Xilinx, now part of the AMD family, routinely posted gross margins in the high 60% to 70% range when it ran as a standalone business, which gives you an idea of the profitability profile this line of products can bring to the parent company. In short, flexible hardware plus enterprise buyers equals attractive margin math. Imagine selling a single power drill head that can become a screwdriver, a sander, or a tiny industrial lathe just by swapping firmware. You charge a premium for that flexibility. That's the FPGA price dynamic in a nutshell. Why FPGA demand is rising: Edge AI, telecom, and custom acceleration. Markets for Edge AI, telecom base station offloads, and specialized accelerators are growing fast. Recent market forecasts project the FPGA market expanding rapidly over the decade as Edge AI accelerators proliferate and designers prefer programmable solutions for time to market and lifecycle flexibility. That means the total addressable market, TAM, for FPGAs is not niche anymore. It's one of the pillars of the broader accelerator opportunity. Higher TAM plus strong margins equals a very tasty unit economics cocktail for AMD. Imagine a drone company ships different camera modules across regions. Instead of redesigning silicon for each camera, they load different FPGA bit streams to adapt. One chip, many jobs, better margins for the vendor. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Analysts see 30% earnings growth. Why that matters. Multiple analyst notes and market write-ups have been flagging a forecasted earnings growth rate for AMD in the ballpark of 30% annually over the next few years. Put bluntly, that's a growth profile that can justify premium multiples if AMD continues to A. Gain share in data center GPUs/accelerators, B. Expand EPYC server CPU deployments, and C. Monetize Xilinx FPGA opportunities and edge silicon. Growth begets re-rating. Re-rating begets investor attention begets price action. If earnings compound 30% a year for several years, models that look lofty today can quickly look reasonable tomorrow, and investor psychology tends to reward visible, repeatable growth. Why that growth could support substantial gains for investors. Earnings growth is the central currency of valuation. If AMD can actually sustain 30% EPS growth, two things happen. 1. The numerator in price/earnings math grows quickly, and 2. Investors become more willing to assign a higher multiple because the business looks more durable. In plain English, rising earnings reduce the price you pay for growth and allow share price to compound faster than earnings themselves during re-rating periods. That's the mechanism behind many big tech runs. Put another way, strong execution plus rising margins equals multiple expansion, amplified upside. Think of earnings like a snowball rolling downhill. The faster it grows, the more snow value it picks up, and the steeper the hill, the faster the market reward comes. Big news: IBM plus AMD plus Zifra, a partnership for frontier AI. Hot off the press, IBM and AMD have announced a multi-year collaboration to provide AI infrastructure to Zifra, a San Francisco based open-source AI research company. Under the agreement, IBM Cloud will deliver large clusters powered by AMD Instinct MI300 series GPUs for Zephyr's training of large multimodal models, effectively a full-stack AMD compute platform running on IBM infrastructure. It's the kind of marquee design win that signals AMD's stack is production-grade for frontier model training, not just inference at the edge. Why this matters: public, high-profile partnerships like this accelerate validation among other cloud customers and research labs. Once one big, headline-worthy user proves the stack at scale, others take notice, and design wins can cascade. AMD's liquidity and balance sheet. Why financial health matters in a cycle like this. AMD isn't a startup burning cash on the promise of future chips. It generates significant operating cash flow and has liquidity metrics that let it fund partnerships, R&D, and M&A without creaking. Recent AMD reporting shows strong revenue growth, improving non-GAAP gross margins, and guidance that anticipates sustained expansion, which gives management optionality to pursue big partnerships, like the IBM/Zephyr deal, without immediately stressing the balance sheet. That financial strength is a practical enabler of strategic moves. Why the MI300/Instinct family plus Xilinx FPGA combo is strategic. AMD's Instinct MI300 series, and follow-ons, competes directly in the data center AI accelerator layer, while EPYC powers the host CPU side. Combine that with Xilinx FPGA offerings for specialized acceleration, and AMD can present entire compute stacks, CPUs plus GPUs plus FPGAs, to customers who want heterogeneous architectures. Heterogeneous stacks are increasingly attractive for large AI customers who want the right tool for each job: huge GPUs for training, FPGAs for low-latency network/process offloads, and EPYC for orchestration. That breadth is strategically potent and helps AMD avoid being a single product bet and could hit $1,755 in coming years. Note this as well. When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, "Who then can be saved?" But Jesus beheld them, and said unto them, "With men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Then answered Peter and said unto him, "Behold, we have forsaken all, and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?" And Jesus said unto them, "Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me, in the regeneration when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first." Matthew 19:25-30. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: "I stayed until the end." Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.